faces on, no rap. And Malik, go.
I know they got a custom where I can do that.
They gon' get killed. When they try to run it wrong. They gon' get bumped. When they try to get the bag. They gonna bust that. We gon' bust that.
I'm Tone Walls, head coach of big team Garfield Gators.
I'm Bob Jones. I'm the president and CEO of Brothers and Sisters Emerging. I'm the director of the youth sports program and also the head coach of the Mighty Mighty team, the 11 and 12-year-old team. And we started in 1994. It came about for myself and my friends having a discussion about alternatives for young men to gang violence.
We change lives and save lives. I mean, every Saturday we have about 300 kids, male and female, from the teams and the cheerleaders, doing something positive in the community. You know what I mean? We got good guys giving back, and we make it all work. You know what I mean? Because them kids could be doing something a heck of a lot different every Saturday.
If you're aware of what was going on in Pittsburgh in the early and mid-90s, the gang culture was pretty much very influential in our African-American communities, our low-income communities. And so as an alternative to those behaviors in our young people, middle school and elementary school, young men being interested in joining the gangs, we talked about how we can form a youth football program and how we would utilize that as an alternative to some of the negative things that were going on in the community. We also talked about how we can build pride and a sense of neighborhood that I know we grew up in as young men coming up. And so we felt that developing the youth football program would be that.
You got to beat the team, and you are looking at the team. Let me get you guys a
That's all day, no letter. All day, no letter.
Quarter. First started, man, it was very difficult. That was like during the gang era at the time. It was afraid to take kids in different neighborhoods. We broke that barrier down. Now we go anywhere and play, and everybody else come, you know, it's free will now.
We felt that we would have an opportunity to bring some folks together to build teams, the young people to build teams, as well as having some influence in the household and with the families.
People outside the community probably don't know that the effort that we give is probably second to none. I believe we have one of the best programs in the country, let alone the state. I think the knowledge that we provide with the kids on and off the field is superior. I don't think anybody can match it. And I'm being dead honest with that when I say that, because I believe no one does it like we do.
You want to go over there and fight? Because that makes sense. To win and we lost.
Okay, so you go fight because we lost the game?
We had that, man. We could have
won. Helmet and you win and you lose with dignity. That's what this is on your shirt. Now get in line.
Let's go.
We go into the schools and help students. We go into the homes and help kids. We go to the streets and we help kids. So this is an ongoing thing. And once the season's over, we don't stop. So it's an all-year thing, and we just keep going on and on. So that's what we do different than everyone else.
Alan, back up.
Count it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You know, I never thought that just coaching football would give us an opportunity to have such a large impact in the lives of young men and women. You know, it feels good to be able to see some of the fruits of our labor, so to speak. There's an array of young men that I believe, and I believe they'll say it also, that we've had an impact in their lives. You know, we have young men that have come back, they serve as coaches. We have young men who come back and speak to the young men and serve as mentors in our mentoring program. We have young men in all walks of life. And, you know, it feels good to see some of our young men who have graduated from college and they still come back. Well, it's good to see the young men that are in high school playing football and being great student athletes. And I gotta say, you know, that I truly believe that because of the Gators and the relationships that we've established with these young men and families, that we've been able to have an impact in their lives. You know, there's nothing greater, as we say, than being a Garfield Gator.
You know, we repping, yeah, I mean. Yeah, man, we just repping out here, yeah, man. Hold on one time. I got hit him with the gloves one time, you know what I mean?
My games are good.
From the hat to the gloves, you know what I mean? We do it like that, you know what I mean? D Walls, you know what I mean? That's how we do it.
Hey, what up? Boosie. Let him.
He's very articulate. He'll be the company lawyer one day. Get it? I think you'll be a good attorney. But you like math, so you're good at it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be an engineer.
Figure that out.
And to be able to see young men in all age groups, you know, young and old, to be able to connect, you know, in reference to the Garfield Gators and Coach Bob and Coach Tone and Coach Hank. You know, it's a great thing to see a young man that may be 25 years old speaking with a young man that's 14 or 15, and knowing that what they have in common is their experiences as being Garfield Gators is a wonderful thing.
Tone Walls Jr., Gator for life, G4L, baby. G4L, that mean everything to me, man. Started out at 7 years old playing up here. My dad was one of the, original, Gator guys that started this organization, and I've been a part of this organization for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I do. I love this organization. I love everything this organization does and means to this community. As far as being a player, taught me a lot, as far as growing up and being around these great group of men that coached me and helped me become the man that I am today, you know what I'm saying? And I just took bits and pieces from those guys and molded, what you see here today. So that's definitely something that you could take from this organization, which makes this organization, separates itself from the others around here. And now being a coach, man, it's just my turn now to give back and give these kids a piece of me that they can mold themselves into to be good young men or great young men, you know, when it's their time to be adults and take care of business.
Okay, Jack. Good game. You look like your dad today.
He look like he got you every day.
She can't even run the ball.
Good game, man.
She don't know nothing about that.
And it's crazy. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, no matter where I live, I'm always gonna find somewhere for my son to get and play for the Gators. I don't care if I'm in Florida, we're gonna find a Gator team and play for the Gators. That's how much, you know, Gators mean to me, you know what I'm saying? But I know that coming from an organization, man, I wouldn't want my kids to be or play for anybody else, because I know coming up here, man, those guys are gonna get the proper morals and the proper standards provided by the coaches and the guys that give back to this community and back to these kids of this community and this program.
1, 2, 3, get one. You have to be disciplined. You cannot be out there corner and keep running in. You have to do your job, all right? Football is a team sport. It's not about your individual stuff. That's the difference between baby twerk and twerk. You gotta play as a team, all right? We got another week to work on it. You'll be fine. Go ahead. Good game, man. EJ, I just want to know where you was running to. Yeah, but if you ran down the sideline, wouldn't nobody caught you? Bo made a block for you. A couple other dudes made a block for you. You start running in the middle of the field in the mud.
And then somebody else came and tripped you.
You know, again, I never thought just coaching football would turn into this. Although, you know, we wanted to have a lasting impact into their lives and to be able to not allow them to go on a negative path or the wrong path of gang violence and negative things in the community. I got to say, in a million years, we never thought it would have the lasting impact that it's had. And we never thought that we would be able to see young men with master's degrees serving as directors or serving as supervisors in organizations and companies and businesses, or to see a young man that's an accountant, but they still come back to support the Garfield Gators in some way, shape, or form. You know, that's awesome, it's wonderful, and sometimes I don't think they believe, you know, how important they are to the neighborhood and how influential they can be in the lives of current Gators now.
One of the things about the Gators, and even in life, is certain for sure. If a kid enjoyed it and loved it, he'll always come back. We look around every Saturday, we have kids that come back from 20 years ago to 10 years ago to 5 years ago. They all come back because they all loved it and they all enjoyed it. You know, you always come back to a good experience. If it's a bad experience, you'll stay away. So we're doing something good.
My name is Brendan Walls. I'm 13 years old. I play DN and sometimes quarterback. I like being a Gator because the coaching staff is good. The way we work, it makes us better.
Hey, yo.
I'm the Hill. I play for Garfield. I'm from the Hill, but I played for Garfield for 8 years. Fullback and middle linebacker. And it's fun playing for Garfield. I played for Garfield my whole life, and it just means a lot. We just grew as an organization a lot, and we're all family. The best thing about playing for Garfield is the name. Like, they've been good ever since that team even been invented. So all the old people always, you play for Garfield? What's special about playing for Garfield is the coaches. I get to learn about like what coach the coaches play for Garfield before and what positions they play, and like it's just fun. I get to step in their shoes. After Gators, I plan to play high school ball and college. After the Gators, I'll check up on my teammates. After school, I'll come back to the Gators just see how all my old teammates are doing. I'll be on the sideline. I'll come to the games, and I'll support. My name's Hill, and I'm a Gator for life.
Keep going. Don't be looking for mommy. She's over here. That's Coach Nick right now. Everybody trying to see that. Y'all gotta play championship on Wednesday. Let's see what baby.
Hello, I'm Coach Nick. I've been coaching for Garfield for the last 8 years. My son is Nakai Hill. When he was 6 years old, he told me, Mom, I want to play football. So I said, okay, I got you. I said, I'll find out where you can go play at. He said, no, Mom, I want to be a Garfield Gator. So that's how we got here. Throughout the years, I had different crises the Gators helped me with. My house caught on fire. It was the Gators who did a fundraiser to help me with my house and voluntarily gave me TVs. 2 years ago, I got diagnosed with a rare brain disorder called Chiari malformation, stage 2. It's incurable. The Gators knew my brain wasn't up to capacity, but they let me still coach and get in where I can fit in. The Garfield Gators have adopted me. I'm not originally from Garfield. One thing about Garfield is we're all like a family. Once you're in with Garfield, you're Gator for life. Anything you need, all the coaches will help you. Being a single mother, that's one of the most important things I need because I didn't do it by myself. I had 20 different fathers up here. Anything I needed to help my son be a man, they were all backing me and all in my corner. So even though this is his last year, Coach Nick won't stop coaching. I'm going to be a Gator for life.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I got Kev.
Hi, my name is Arnita Long, and I'm a Garfield Gator parent, and I'm also known as the Pitcher Lady. Been here since day one. It's a great organization, good for the boys, good for the community, keeps us young, Gator for life.
Tone Walls Jr., Gator for life, G4L, baby.
Coach Tone Walls, Garfield Gators big team, 22 straight years. You know what I mean? It's what we do. 16 championships in 22 years. We're on our way for 17 right here. So this is it. It's what we're going to do. Gator for life.
I'm Bob Jones, the President and CEO of Brothers and Sisters Emerging. I'm also the Director of the Garfield Gators. And I got to give you this as we close. Gators for life.